Everyone, from the European Council for Computing and Construction Board. My name is Ioannis Brilakis. This is an initiative that started, as Dimitri said, a couple years ago. During those 2 years, a lot of things have happened. It's a community that started with a charter drafted by the people you see in this group. And then that charter evolved into a strong, vibrant group of activities where the conference is just one of the many parts. As a chair of the board, I'd like to invite you, please join our committees, participate in their activities, learn about what it is that they're doing, and try to become an active member of this community. So, what is EC3? We started this community because we found at the time that Europe is a less known international hub for computing research, broadly speaking, in the construction industry when compared to other continents. For various reasons. One is organizational. Europe lacks an internationally recognized community structure that other continents enjoy in this field of research. Yes, we have UK organizations, we have German organizations, we have Spanish organizations, but we lack something at the European level that will give us that kind of international esteem. The other aspect is policy related. Europe lacks a unified voice for research in this area at the roadmap policy level on how to influence European organizations within the scope of this community. And last bit, we are computing only in technical terms. Okay, we borrow computing tools for our friends in computer science, but we do not borrow computing culture for our community. And that's why you see that, for example, this event has had quite a lot of innovations in terms of how it is run compared to other typical conferences in our space. So, what is EC3's role? Our role is to advance professional knowledge and improve engineering practice, broadly speaking, in the built environment. This is not just construction, by fostering research, education, and policy in current and emerging computing and information technologies. You'll see quite a lot of that through our committees. EC3 is founded on the following 4 pillars, which also happen to be our committees: data sensing and analysis, modeling and standards, human data interaction, and education. The offices of these committees are in this room, and they'll be holding meetings, I believe, later today, Dimitri? Our role is also to interact strongly with other societies related to our space in architecture, in engineering, construction, and facility management, in topics that relate to our mission. For example, on spearheading research, strengthening collaborations between the various academic and industry participants, and identifying and promoting effective ways to advance the state of knowledge, both for purposes of education as well as bringing things to practice. We also want to heavily focus on policy. Research does have a very strong element on how we affect policy, and to support an existing and new related specialty conferences and publications that help us in that direction. The structure of the community is what you see in this slide. Our parents is what we call the sponsoring professional associations. Associations like the Institute of Civil Engineers in the UK and the corresponding ones in Turkey, in Israel, and other countries. Under that, we have the board, which coordinates the rest of the activity, and then you have a group of technical committees on the committee names I just mentioned to you before, as well as administrative committees who help run the various events and other activities, such as the conference committee chaired by Dimitris, awards, publications, and so on. The EC3 Charter was first published in October 2017. You can find it online. It contains the detailed rules and policies of how we operate. The board was established shortly thereafter with the people that you see standing in front of you. And thereafter, we follow the charter on how both the board as well as the rest of the committees operate at various levels, and how we bring in constantly new people to refresh our structure and our ideas. I think we are trying to become, and I think to some extent we are already becoming, a strong player within the European community that relates to this space. There's quite a lot of activity, as you can see, but I think we have a key role to play, particularly with our committees and policy focus. And this is actually our value proposition, okay? That we are combining research into policy, that we try not to place an emphasis on the conference, but instead emphasize committee work, that we try not to be insular. We are eager to co-locate other academic events and other activities within this space. And we're trying to work closely with our sponsors, in this case the European professional associations, such that we're able to broadcast our message through them to all civil engineers and other participants and other stakeholders within our community. The board, as well as the committees, currently are supposed to meet every year, and on even years, the plan is to do that at some existing international conference. This is still to be worked at, for example, for next year, but we've been thinking of ICCCBE. In the odd years, we have our own event in Europe, which is this conference, and we try to do, like we said, our best to co-locate it with other events. One of the things we've done with this event is we have soft fixed it tentatively to this country for the various reasons you see there. We're happy to have, again, as a difference from other events, a summary, neutral location at a beautiful resort, a location that for the purposes of EC3 is tax-free, which allows us to keep our registration costs low, and provides a very good alternative to campus-hosted conference options and other low-cost events. The other reason we're having this event is that, honestly, we could not find another event that met our specs. An event that attracts international academic attention to our objectives, a premier academic conference, as well as the summer school we will have next week happening in Italy, and an event that enforces computer science-like rigor, standards, and practices in all of the various areas you see there. Continuity of processes across multiple events, bringing the knowledge from one conference to the next. Recognition of the highest quality work and the rejection rate. The review process for all submissions. The way we handle the paper and video proceedings. I think you saw that in detail in Dimitris' presentation. And the fact that we want to become someday 100% paperless. So I apologize that you received a bag. That wasn't part of the plan. Our future plans and plan for growth, I think this is something that Simos should tell you more about.
I don't mind if you want to.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Ioannis. Our plans to expand the EC3 family include a number of actions. For instance, we're now currently, and we want to increase reaching out to colleagues across Europe who are in this space. We are working hard on signing up additional sponsoring professional associations. We have already succeeded in attracting 3, and we're in discussions with several more to expand that participation. We want to solidify and expand the links with the other international associations and societies, and we are in the process of signing MOUs with a number of associations. We are trying to host joint events with such societies in this space. And we are offering EC3-sponsored summer schools and workshops related to what we do. In fact, right after this conference, there is an EC3-sponsored summer school in Italy. Alessandro is hosting the event, and it's very successful. My understanding is that we have more than 60 participants. We want to continue on the success of this summer school and expand it to cover additional activities such as workshops, as I said. And the last action we're doing, and I'm going to talk to you in a second about it in more detail, is we are trying to submit joint proposals to secure funding for expanding our activities. One of these joint proposals is a cost action proposal. COST is the European Cooperation in Science and Technology in Europe. European Association for Cooperation in Science and Technology, and COST funds activities for networking. It funds activities for secondments across colleagues, across partner institutions. It funds workshops, summer schools, conferences, and dissemination of knowledge between participants, and not only within Europe, but also internationally. So what we aim to do is submit a proposal this coming September to COST, in which proposal we will propose to strengthen the links that we established and work on the 4 work groups that are the pillars of EC3. We're talking about data sensing and analysis, modeling and standards, human data interaction, and the education component. And we want to use this COST proposal, which typically runs, this action runs for typically 3 to 4 years and funds about €1 million of networking activities. We want to use this, to utilize this COST action, should it be funded, to strengthen the EC3 activities and the links where the pillars and the work groups that we're trying to set up within EC3. For this COST proposal, there will be a document left out at the registration desk. For those of you interested in joining the proposal, there is a form at the back of the handout. Please fill it up and send it to me, and we will include you in the proposal. There is no cost to you, individuals, but what we hope to do is assemble this list of colleagues that are interested, and then use this list to when we submit the proposal. And the people included in the proposal will be funded for all the participations at the conferences, the workshops, the summer schools, and the secondments between the organizations, the institutions. That's all from me. Peter will take over.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I will continue here with the more financial part. So what we have been doing is we have set up an EC3 as an organization itself, which is different from most other communities. So the EC3 is an organization which is set up as a non-for-profit organization in Belgium. We have a registration number since 12 April 2018. Bank account number and everything else is there. And with this organization, we have an entity that allows us to organize this event, to organize the summer schools, and have a stable legal entity. I'm going to give you a couple of details about the financial structure of this organization. So you already saw the graph here on the left. This is our organization. Actually, the green and the red should cover the entire diagram here. So we have a community, this is you, which is focused on the EC3 activities. We have done an internal structure with the committees here on the left and right, administrative committees. We have an executive board, which consists of us 4. And our sponsoring professional associations are here on the left. But the idea is, and aside these common activities, these daily activities for us, we have also a conference and a summer school. There will be multiple summer schools or multiple workshops And these are also run by the board and also in relation to the sponsoring professional associations. And yeah, I put it like this in here so that you understand that these are separately organized financial events. So what happens financially? For the conference and summer school, there's separate registration and sponsorship, and with that sponsorship and registration, we try to give the participants as much as content as possible back, as much as value as possible. And here in the SPA sponsorship, our daily sponsorship from our 3 SPAs, we receive funding to do the committee work and to organize, to have an internal organization structure in general. Something that we are looking at and something that we have been discussing yesterday as well in the industry day is that this money of the SPA sponsorship is used now mainly for internal functioning. And eventually we would like to support also research projects which are proposed by the committees that we have here on the left. Of course, these research projects are supposed to be sponsored then by these SPAs separately. Which means that we're trying, by doing this, we try to connect our EC3 community, academics, with the annuals industrials, with the sponsoring professional associations, which consist of multiple more national industrials. An overall overview of the financials, so I'll give you the actual details of the numbers. So I'm not going into full detail. So the overall flow of the cash is that we have now the membership of ICE, TCCE, which amounts to this. So it costs SPA 2,000 euros. We had a reduced cost for the Turkish council. And this amounts to this income, and with this we are doing, well, you see a lot of accountancy here to set everything up, and this is our current balance. For the conference, so this conference, EC3 conference, we have in total, the total number doesn't say, but it's close to 100 participants in total, which amounts to this total income, and these are all the costs, and you see that we are on a positive balance, but these are non-final numbers. I assume that this rate will go down still. But we try to be secure as an organization that we don't go in the red in any case. That would be bad as a start. Overall, so the overall conference, okay. So the overall financial status amounts to 10,000 euros for the conference, and for the summer school we're also in the positive thanks to a lot of efforts of having the participants joining. We have 60 participants, which is great. And here we have a positive balance of 6,000 euros, which means, and I think Alessandro did a lot of effort to actually give a lot of value to the people at the summer school as well. And I hand over to Esin.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Esin Ergen. I'm from Istanbul Technical University, and I'm the secretary of EC3. So having listened to our goals and our financial structure and the cost proposal, if you are excited and if you really want to get involved with EC3, what can you do? First of all, you can join one of our technical committees. We have, actually one of them is administrative committee and the other 4 is technical committee. Data sensing and analysis, modeling and standards, human data interaction and education and publications committees. You can contact the chairs of the committees and attend the meetings of the committees. And what are you going to do if you are involved in those committees? You can work on white papers and trend reports to pinpoint research needs found in the industry, and these works might be funded by SPAs, the sponsoring professional associations or other funding agencies. Also, if you are from the industry, you can contact your SPA and define the research needs and contact us, and we can work on creating a white paper or trend report on your needs. Symeon talked about the cost proposal. If you're interested in that cost proposal, you can fill out the form and contact us and participate in the cost proposal. You can join EC3's email group, send an email to info@ec-3.org. And for more information, you can visit our website. Thank you.
I'd just like to close by recognizing the very hard work that the people who are organizing this conference have put into what you see so far and what you'll see for the next day and a half. And I'd like everyone to recognize Dimitris, James, and the rest of the conference committee. If you can please stand up. I'd like a round of applause for everyone. And thank you very much. Dimitris, floor is yours.
Thank you, Ioannis.